E-25, the Nazi German ghost anti-tank gun, with a futuristic design, unique external suspension system, and the renowned 7.5cm L70 cannon. The E-25 was expected to dominate all opponents on the battlefield. But did it arrive in time to alter the course of World War II? What secrets are truly hidden behind this legendary paper Panzer? Join us as we unveil the mystery E-25 in this in-depth analysis video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts. Could the E-25 have made a difference? The E-25 belongs to a group of combat vehicles known as paper Panzers. Designs that primarily existed on paper or had only a few limited prototypes, never mass-produced or significantly deployed in combat. Among these, the E-25 holds a unique position: a compact anti-tank self-propelled gun, Panzer, envisioned with high mobility, stealth, and powerful firepower. The E-25 suspension system consisted of 5 1-meter diameter road wheels with rubber cushioning and steel rims, arranged in an overlapping configuration. Additionally, the vehicle featured a front idler wheel and a rear drive sprocket to reduce weight at the front and alleviate pressure on the forward suspension. The transmission assembly, including the gearbox, was positioned at the rear. The E-25 was planned to carry a formidable weapon, the 7.5cm PaK-42 L70 cannon. This high-velocity gun, similar to those mounted on the Panther tank and late-model Panzer IV, was capable of destroying most Allied tanks at combat ranges. It fired armor-piercing capped ballistic cap APCBC rounds with a muzzle velocity of 935 meters per second, capable of penetrating up to 138 millimeters of armor at 100 meters, angled at 30 degrees. Planned armor. Front armor 50 millimeters, sloped at 40 to 50 degrees. On the upper part, 35 to 55 degrees. On the lower part. Sides 30 millimeters. Upper part sloped at 38 degrees to 52 degrees. Lower part vertical. Rear 30 millimeters. Roof. Floor 20 millimeters. This level of protection was considered somewhat thin by late war standards, emphasizing its reliance on low-profile design. A key improvement across the E-series, including the E-25, was the external suspension system. The E-25 was planned to use 5 large steel-rimmed overlapping road wheels per side, similar to those of the Tiger II but larger. These units, potentially utilizing conical spring Belleville washers, were to be bolted to the chassis, simplifying production and repair, and freeing up internal hull space compared to torsion bars. The E-10 even featured a height-adjustable suspension system, although this is not just explicitly confirmed for the E-25. The E-series external suspension, while innovative for simplification and increased internal space, was not entirely novel in German use. For example, Ferdinand, Elephant. But its systematic application across an entire new series was a significant development. The potential for adjustable ride height, seen on the E-10, would have offered considerable tactical advantages. Lower profile for ambush, higher for mobility, though its inclusion on the E-25 remains unconfirmed. The E-25 was designed for a crew of 4: commander, gunner, driver, and loader. The layout would feature a front-mounted gun, a central crew compartment, and a rear-mounted engine and transmission, a common E-series characteristic to improve weight distribution on frontal armor potential. With a hull length of approximately 5.66 meters, a width of 3.41 meters, and a height of only 2 meters, the E-25 was significantly smaller than many contemporary tank destroyers and even some medium tanks, compared to the Panzer IV 70V, 8.5 meters long 3.17 meters wide and 1.85 meters high. The E-25 was shorter, slightly wider, and slightly taller than the already very low Jagdpanzer 470V, but overall remained very compact. A height of 2.03 meters was low for a vehicle with its projected capabilities. The importance of a small target profile in reducing the probability of detection and the probability of being hit on the battlefield is undeniable. The E-25 was designed for shoot and scoot tactics. Its projected high speed, 57 to 70 kilometers per hour, and agility, combined with its small size, would allow it to quickly occupy ambush positions, fire, and relocate before the enemy could effectively target it. A low vehicle could utilize swallower hiding positions and smaller terrain features for concealment. The stealth capability of the E-25 was a result of the synergy between its dimensions, low profile, achieved through external suspension and rear-mounted powertrain, sloped armor, reducing visual signature and deflecting rounds, and projected high mobility for rapid changes of cover. This holistic approach to elusiveness was a sophisticated design concept. The design of the E-25 reflected a potential shift in German tank destroyer doctrine towards a greater emphasis on proactive ambush and maneuver, rather than static defense or direct assault. For lighter tank destroyers, while earlier tank destroyers like the STUG were very effective in defensive roles, the E-25's combination of a potent gun, 7.5 centimeters L70, high speed, and stealth characteristics suggested a more agile hit-and-run predator role akin to a heavily armed scout vehicle. This contrasted with heavier Jagdpanzer design for long-range engagements from prepared positions or assault support. Theoretically, the E-25 could hunt more proactively. The E-25, part of the E-series, embodied the ambition to refine tank design, prioritizing mobility and production efficiency. With a projected speed of 57 to 70 kilometers per hour, it significantly outpaced the Jagdpanzer 470, 35 to 40 kilometers per hour, and featured a simpler construction. However, the E-25's 50mm frontal armor was thinner than the Jagdpanzer's 470's 80mm, making it more vulnerable. Compared to the M18 Hellcat, the E-25 sacrificed a turret for better armor and a casement design. The E-25 did not excel in every aspect, but represented a balance between speed, potent firepower, and stealth, accepting trade-offs in protection to optimize its tactical role. The E-series, including the E-25, reflected Germany's strategic desperation. The idea of standardization was rational, but developing new designs when resources were scarce and production lines were struggling showed a disconnect between technical ambition and reality. The E-25 was designed as a tank destroyer, combining speed, stealth, and potent firepower, promising to be a formidable threat. However, given the state of German industry in 1944 to 1945, mass production was unfeasible. The allure of the E-25 lies in the perfect concept it represented: an agile, hard-hitting, low-profile machine suited for hit-and-run tactics. But, as Tank Archives notes, the E-25 belongs more to the world of entertainment than the actual battlefield. It is a symbol of what might have been if Germany could have overcome its industrial hurdles. But in reality, it never left the drawing board to become a reality. For history and tank enthusiasts, the E-25 remains a fascinating subject. Could such a design have changed the course of the war? The answer is likely no, due to Germany's insurmountable limitations at the time. Nevertheless, its appeal lies in its innovation and ambition, however unfeasible. What do you think about the E-25? Could it have made a difference? Share your opinions in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to discover more interesting stories about tank history. Thank you for watching.